In the wild and tamed land of the American West, round the year 1875, there lived a cowboy named Samuel Carter. Unlike the outlaws who filled the dime novels, Sam was an ordinary working cowboy, one of the thousands who built their lives under the endless skies. Sam's days always began before sunrise. The first sound he heard was the soft nickering of his horse, Ranger. Coffee brewed over the campfire, black and bitter, gave him the strength to face the long hours ahead. Breakfast was usually beans, bacon, and hard biscuits, nothing fancy, but enough to keep a man in the saddle for hours. Cowboy life was hard and relentless. Sam spent weeks riding across striped plains, pushing hundreds of cattle north toward railroads and markets. Dust clung to his clothes, sweat burned his eyes, and storms could turn the trail into a nightmare. Still, he and his companions found moments of joy singing old songs under the stars, telling stories about home, or playing cards by the firelight. But the West was never safe. One evening, as they crossed a lonely stretch of prairie, the herd grew restless. Suddenly, lightning flashed, and the cattle stampeded. The ground shook as thousands of hooves pounded the earth. Sam rode straight into the chaos, his lasso in hand, trying to turn the leaders before they ran the whole herd off a cliff. For hours, he battled fear and exhaustion until the cattle finally calmed. By dawn, his clothes were torn, his body bruised, but the herd was safe. Danger didn't always come from nature. Outlaws roamed the land, preying on cattle drives. In one such encounter, a gang of rustlers tried to scatter the herd and steal part of it. While some cowboys drew their revolvers, Sam relied on his courage and cleverness. Knowing the terrain, he led the gang into a dry riverbed where their horses struggled in the sand. The cowboys quickly drove them off, and no blood had to be shed. For all its dangers, Sam loved the cowboys' freedom. There were no walls, no cities to trap him, only the horizon stretching endlessly, promising new adventures. He wasn't rich, and he knew he never would be. Cowboys earned little, often just $1 a day. But to Sam, wealth wasn't measured in money. It was in sunsets over the prairie, the trust of a good horse, and the respect of men who knew what it meant to endure hardship. Years later, when Sam grew older, he settled in a small town, working as a ranch hand and telling younger cowboys about the old trail days. They called him the Quiet Rider, a man who faced storms, rustles, and stampedes without losing his calm.